welcome back, and thank you for joining me. We've got stuff going on with Sweden and in the south as well, around Italy and Spain, and of course Serbia, tying that one up. It's hard to know where to go in first. Let's hit Spain, south of Spain. Something interesting's happening here. So we've got Morocco. They've got a couple of infantry battalions that they've put up there. I don't know why, because I've taken this city down here after Tangier. I've got a combat recon and a motorised infantry just holding Tangier. That's the minimum stack I like to leave on a city. And then I've got my big stack here that I've split into three. So it's a tank and a mechanised each. So 3 units of, one tank, one mechanised unit going in their different directions. One's going to stay on that city. The other two, one's heading for Rabat, which is a rogue state, and then the other's heading for Marrakech, which is Morocco owned, and then that leaves Morocco with just one city left and ever closer to Spain's little holdout. So hopefully I should have that country tied up, but I'm running out of troops, and I am flying in. You can see here mechanised infantry. I can fly them in now because they've been upgraded, flying them into Madrid, which is the main sort of muster point for the southern invasion of southern tip of Spain and that northwest bit of Africa. And I want to build an airport in Tangier, so that would be my ultimate fallback point if I get pressed, and then I could just fly in reinforcements and hold Tangier and keep my foothold in northern Africa. Now if we go over to southern Italy, I've got a corvette that I'm sending down to check out Tripoli and just maybe harass and just probe, see what's there really. Got some troops here. Oh good, they've finally arrived. So I've sent a tank over to hold Tunis, but I am going to send combat recon and motorised infantry on a walkabout around. So I'll just do that now because I haven't really done many moves live before on an episode. So we're going to send them over there and start land grabbing Tunisia, which is all that sort of specific grey area. And I'll just you select waypoints, and then you can go to like multiple targets. So we'll just go around there, then down there, up there, and so on. And I'll finish the rest of it all, and they'll end up back at base, and we'll have all of that hopefully. So that if anyone tries to incur, especially Libya, I've got plenty of notice of them coming into my land, and then I can move ships around and organise defence accordingly, and it'll give me plenty of time because I've not got a big stack there. And also in Palermo, I've got anti-air battalion from Jonathan. Although, are you moving that?
Right, so Rogue State invaded Palermo, and it's on pretty low health, so I'm swapping it out with the one that I've just made in Warsaw.
Oh right, oh okay, that's fair enough. Just so you know, I am building a hospital there, and I've got I've got a pretty low health infantry battalion. That's probably a good idea, because if it gets attacked again,
if I was you, I'd need another infantry there, because Rogue State could strike again, and so I do need to get this one away before tonight.
That's fair enough.
Crossing by the water, which is a little bit risky, but I'm just going to go for it.
I can see that the chance of insurgency there is 54%, so yeah, definitely let's get another unit over there.
Or have your strike fighters patrolling above the city, and they could take them out in a couple of hits.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll move a combat recon there, and just hope that's enough, because the more units you have on a city, the less likely it is to go rogue. Cool, that's that's unusual. That's a high chance of insurgency, considering I did have a unit on there, and you had a unit as well. Don't know what's going on there.
The anti-air, I don't think it can fight back against troops on its own. It hasn't got any attack or defence.
No, but it was still sort of there, wasn't it, as a presence.
Just absorb damage.
I've got a corvette here. I'm just moving over to a destroyer and a corvette stack, so there'll be 2 corvettes and a destroyer, and they might move down the coast and and get into Libya a bit. And I'll just talk about Serbia, Jonathan, then we'll move over to you. So just doing a bit of land grabbing here, really. Holding the foremost cities with... We've got one tank there in Larissa. And then Athens, we've got a tank and the multiple rocket launcher, and we've got the boat defence there from me. I wonder if I should move that into a better position. Yeah, let's move them. Oh, we can't move through there. Oh, that's a bad position. Let's move them here. Okay, I'm giving us some better boat support there on that southern coast in between Serbia and Turkey. I actually had a couple of rogue states up here, so I'm fighting a rogue state currently. I've got 2 mechanised infantry versus a soon-to-be very dead insurgent. They're on 2.6 health. My mechanised infantry are insane now. They've been upgraded really nicely. They're on level 3, and they're 6 against troops, 7 against tanks, and their defence rating's really nice, even against aircraft, which is 2. And I think I'm upgrading... Yeah, I've started the 4th upgrade on my mechanised infantry, and this is what it's going to look like. Really, really nice, really deadly. 6 against troops, 8 against tanks, and then defence rating is 7.5 against troops and 10 against tanks. They're just getting better and better, the mechanised infantry, and I've just really invested in them. I've got another rocket launching battalion. I am sending to Palermo, actually. So we'll see how they get on. I don't know if they're worthwhile sending to Tunis or not for the assault on Libya. Maybe, so I might divert them over there.
Oh yeah, definitely send them straight to Tunis.
Yeah, all right, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Move Tunis.
Because otherwise, like, they have to cross the water if you send them to Palermo. You just want to have them just ready for any land troops that come your way.
Yeah, I've got my my fighters heading towards Valencia just to give a little bit of support over there. Rogue State. I've got just a standard motorised infantry battalion there, 12.8 health, and Rogue State has 1.1 health. So if my fighters get there first, they'll just take them out very easily.
Okay.
Okay, and just a couple of infantry on Madrid. I'm spread pretty thin, and the reason is that I'm taking on so many different cities. I'm having to keep troops in the cities I take to stop them going rogue, and then I'm having the odd rogue state anyway, which I'm then having to re-engage with my thinly spread troops. So I'm thinly spread, I think is what I'm trying to say, which is tough. And so I am concentrating more on just building mechanised infantry to reinforce the front lines. I'm going to move away from just focusing on boats, and yeah, I've got 4 mechanised infantry in the oven, and that's everything I can build, I think. Yeah, 4 level 2 army bases and 1 level 4. What's been going on with you, Jonathan?
I've been finishing taking little bits of Serbia with you. Moving down to Istanbul now. I'm thinking, like, what you've done well taking these Serbian cities, but once you finish taking them, there's not much need for you to keep your troops here. So you're probably better off moving all of those back to Tunis and then focusing on Africa, unless, like, you can spare the troops. But getting spread thin is a common problem that happens. I think I'm in quite a good position now because my 2 fronts are on the same side. And of course, I've been sending anti-air to help on the front lines. I'm sending another mobile radar over to Madrid, and then I can move that into Morocco if you want to see what's going on, or I can move it to Tunis. And one of the anti-air that I've had positioned up in Sweden has come in handy because Sweden has decided to invade from Tallinn.
Let's have a look.
He's got 1 artillery, 1 combat recon. I think he had 3 troops, and I've taken one of those out with my strike fighters. And in response to
Oh.
that, he's moved in a stack of 5 level 1 air superiority fighters, which my anti-air is now attacking once every 10 minutes. So it's very dangerous, because if you set your fighters to patrol like he is, and then go away for a couple of hours, then they'll just be gone. And that's exactly what's going to happen to him. I've got to
Cool.
pick the right plan to when his fighters will be on low health, and then I think I'm going to send some of mine to finish them off, and then double back and take out the rest of his troops with my strike fighters. And when Tim's back, he's also got a stack of 5 strike fighters, which he can use to help with that. And yeah, Turkey in the east, he had an annexed city in Dnipro, which he just left completely unguarded. I don't really know what he was doing there.
Cool.
I've encountered like 1 or 2 troops, and that was about it. So that's one front line, and then by tomorrow I'll have a bunch of troops in Istanbul, and that'll be my other front line, and that is about it. So yeah,
Great.
need any more support? You know.
Yeah, so lots of land grabbing to finish off the Turkish territory in the east. And if I just explain, I mean, I know you said it, but I've got it on my screen. So here's your anti-air battalion, and this stack of troops, very nice by the way, motorised infantry. This is the Swedish stack of troops, right? They've got motorised infantry level 4. Oh, right. I was thinking mechanised. No, they've got the basic motorised that's fully upgraded and combat recon. And this green dot is basically 5 air superiority fighters stacked, patrolling this troop, and you're taking them out with your artillery, and it's actively firing. And and you've got 3 motorised infantry. Oh, and a towed artillery. You've still got your artillery from the very start of the game.
That's Tim's stack.
Oh, it's Tim's, yeah.
Yeah. So
so did the troops turn back? Was Sweden trying to attack Riga, but did they turn back when they realised there was artillery there?
Oh, is he actually turned back now?
Let's have a look. So
it does look like it, doesn't it? The
destination, they're going to Salagriva, which is, yes, they're running away back into their own territory. And they're 1 minute from going into their territory, and then who knows how long for getting into the centre of it. So, okay, well those aeroplanes will be in your sights for a while. That's great use of your anti-air. Stuff happening in here with Tim. We'll need to get an update from him. I don't know if he's on yet or if he'll be joining us. But
he says he's feeling a bit under the weather.
Okay, yeah. We'll have to catch up with him tomorrow then, because there's lots going on with Sweden that we need to understand from his perspective. He's got a stack of 4 subs now. Let's go through his stuff. So he's got 1 naval patrol aircraft, and he's been going in Sweden from Copenhagen and Malmo. It looks like you've got your anti-air up there. Mobile radar.
Yeah.
Anti-air.
He's successfully invaded. He's got his own foothold there now.
Brilliant. He's in Sweden.
Yeah.
And a fairly successful defence from their incursions, so that's looking quite good. Maybe a little bit precarious, but good.
He sent me a message asking if I was at war with Sweden, because he had some planes flying over, I'm pretty sure. But I wasn't attacking them because, I wasn't at war with him. So, I just had to actually just manually go in and declare it so I could defend. And now, now I'm shooting down some of his planes. So I'm sure he didn't expect that. But I think the planes that we saw hovering near Malmo earlier were the air superiority that have now moved over to Riga.
So they were over here and they've moved over to here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I can see Tim sending his big stack to just outside of Oslo. His big stack of ships, and he's got another. Is that? Yeah, he's just keeping his stack of corvettes where they are. I'm just moving a frigate down the coast into the battle just along to near Tunis. And my two ships, I don't know if I mentioned, but they are hammering this infantry. I've got a frigate hammering the infantry on the left near Tangier, northwest Africa, and then I've got a frigate hammering the other infantry on the other side, and they're down to 10 health, 8.9 and 10 health. So slowly but surely, and I'm attacking them every 10 minutes, so that's cool. I don't know why they're just sort of sitting there. Maybe the player's not online and just he set them there when he last did his play moves, when he was on board. Now I've got a bit of backup now that's landed live in Madrid. I've got two mechanised infantry. I wonder if I should move them forward or give these guys a bit more backup. I think what have I got down in Malaga? It's difficult to know. I'm going to have a think about where I'm going to be putting my troops. I really liked what you said actually about moving some of these troops back over to help with the Libya invasion. This is Libya, and they'll go over. Yeah, so I'll send. I need to consolidate lots of these troops. A huge amount of troops went into Serbia in that invasion, and then I kept sending reinforcements, and then I've got bogged down a bit and spread out. So once I've consolidated them, I'll move them over to Tunisia, and then really crack into Libya, I think, with some sea support. So I've got 2 corvettes and a destroyer, and then another corvette. So, and then I've got a frigate coming round. So I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I'll show you what I'm researching at the moment. So I'm doing the tank race, which is a tank officer. And we'll see if I ever get enough resources to be able to build one of those. I've just eliminated an insurgent. It's not this one. It's going to be this one over here. Yeah, the insurgent's gone. There's one around here somewhere. Yeah, it's this one. These guys were fighting, so they can move on with their lives now. And they're going into Sarajevo. Okay, so I'm backing up Sarajevo. They've got a 10% chance of insurgency. And I might split these actually and send one to Zagreb, because they've got a higher chance of insurgency, and just get this nailed down. There we go. In the meantime, Ljubljana has a 6% chance of insurgency, so we're going back in there. And Graz doesn't have any chance of insurgency, and neither does Villach. So we're getting there. We'll see what happens. I think, is it? Yeah, so, researching that 4th level mechanised infantry is just going to make them look insane. And then the next upgrade after that is looking like this. If you want to have a look on your screen, 6 against troops, 8 against tanks. The defence rating's really nice. And then the final upgrade for mechanised, which I'm only 2 away from now, just gives insane defence ratings. Really, really, really high defence ratings. Just for one unit, it's 10 against troops, 11.3 against tanks, 3.1 against planes, 3.7 against helicopters. So that's going to be a really nice unit to have fully upgraded. What sort of stuff are you researching, Jonathan?
Oh, you can have a look while you're still on that page. I'm going for an upgrade to the infantry officer, because I've just built another one. I'm also going for special forces. I'm going to try out a different kind of plan of attack, which I haven't tried before.
Oh,
one that's going to be very impressive.
What sort of special forces? Is that troops?
Yeah, the main troops, one above the National Guard. So they're quite good. They can do all sorts of stuff when you level them up. Primarily, I'm looking for the air assault. So they fly to a city if it's within range of an airstrip. I'm not sure if you have to fly from an airport just within range of one. But if there's enemies there, then they attack as a helicopter on the first attack. so that could be quite powerful. And if you have a look at their
Cool.
stats, then they've got a very high attack rating against other troops,
Yeah.
and a decent attack against tanks. Um, and they've got some other little bonuses that we'll probably go into later. And they're also a stealth unit, so you can sneak them in, kill everything in a city, and then move in there. What I'm planning to do is get those in a stack with an infantry officer and also an airborne officer, because researching the SAS will give me the opportunity to research the airborne officer too, and stick those in a stack with a couple of mobile anti-air, and just move them into cities, and then if I have like half of the stack be able to air assault a city, I'll send them off first and then rejoin the other half of the stack in that city. If that makes sense.
Yes, and God, that sounds amazing. And I've just seen your infantry officer, actually. You're airlifting your infantry officer to the front line. So that's going to be really nice. Who are you teaming him up with?
I'm
you've got a
teaming
bit.
up with.
I've just seen your big
I've
stack.
got a couple of stacks. Yeah. By the time they get there, there'll be a couple of SAM turrets and a couple of mobile anti-air, a bunch of motorized infantry, and some combat recon. But I'm missing something solid to sit on the front line and really send a lot of attack in without having to use my planes. So that's why I want to send in these SAS along with my officers.
Cool. So you're building up a big stack to take Istanbul and then what? Go into Turkey and raid around.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be sitting in a city for too long because I haven't got like a tank or a rocket launcher to defend. So I'm just gonna keep pushing on, and I'll have to just make lots of airports so I can keep hopping all my troops to the front line. And the further I go on, the more of a challenge that'll be. So maybe I should start thinking about annexing some cities too. But for now, I should be all right.
Yeah, and remember, you can just build an airport. You don't have to annex it. You can just build an airport in the city and it'll be active.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aren't there any airports? Aren't there any airports in the cities you've taken so far?
There aren't. I'm building one in Craiova right now, and that's close to being functional. 4 out of 10 health. That's when it will be usable. But for now, it's just like a 12 hours journey to the front line.
God, I'm amazed that no one built any airports. That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, we've been scrapping between this land with Turkey, but before it was mostly Romania's land. But Serbia, he did have an airport in one of his cities, but maybe it just got destroyed during the conflicts.
Yeah, it'd have had one in his capital. Where's the best place for an airport? It's probably Istanbul, isn't it? Or would you just wait until you're into Turkey, I guess?
I build one in Ankara. I don't like building airports on naval bases, just because, if you get random troops attacking from the sea, like not only do you not want to lose your airport, but then they would gain an airport if they took it by surprise.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Oh, Tim's here.
Oh, hey Tim. Hey, you're just in time to give us an update. Then I'm just going to say, actually, I'm building an arms industry level 4 in Marseille that's literally nearly built. That will give me more of the those special rare materials. That's it. I need to build more buildings. I keep forgetting. I'm gonna have a look at that. Okay, Tim. So we've had a rough update from Jonathan. We've actually seen quite closely some of the action going on around Riga, and they've just disappeared off the radar. But can you talk us through what's happening with Sweden?
So I landed up sort of hassle-free in Malmo and Copenhagen last night. Sweden hasn't really responded so far, but I did see on my notifications just then that he did have some troops coming towards Riga. I didn't see that, but I'm guessing
he's turned around.
He's turned around.
Yeah, what we
think. What is it? Do you know?
It was like just a few motorized and a
Yeah.
recon, and then artillery behind it. And I hit him
Right,
once with a strike. He sent us in his air superiority. They started getting shot down by my anti-air.
okay.
Screw this!
Oh
I'm
dear.
going.
Okay. Yeah. He's underestimated the preparation then. Yeah.
It's nice to see that that's actually paid off as well.
Yeah.
It's just gone
I
for the
mean,
obvious play.
he was bound to fight back at some point, but yeah, he has just done the obvious thing and attacked with his planes, and then the Sam's there to, yeah.
But I
Poor guy.
think if the artillery wasn't there, I think he'd have gone in for the attack. I think he'd have gone for it. I think he ran from the artillery.
He wouldn't even have been able to take out the city because you've just got too many troops there. Yeah, and the artillery would have taken out about half his health before he even got there.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Well, cheers for dealing with that. Yeah, other than that, I've got the 5th sub built. I've got the 5th recon plane on its way, or 4th, I think. 5th, 4th. 4th on its way.
Where are you stacking them up?
The planes.
You're just dotting them around.
Yeah, I'm sending them out individually. When I've got more, I'll probably pair them up or send them out in 2s or 3s. So they're a little bit stronger. If I'm actually sort of attacking something, I'll probably stack them up. But for now, it's just about vision, really.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, it's great having that vision for sure.
Yeah, I guess later on tonight, I'll probably move towards Gothenburg because I've got my other stack of ships nearly there. I wanted them to sort of be covering that extra stretch of coast before moving troops there.
Okay, that's what you're doing. We thought you might go. Well, I thought you might go for Oslo or something with the ships, but I wasn't really sure. But that makes more sense.
Sort of just an approximate waypoint, but yeah, probably just Gothenburg. Waypoint there now. Yeah, just sort of wait it out. I kind of want to continue try and bait out an attack from Sweden.
Yeah.
Get him to suicide some of his planes into the ships. Be more confident moving inland then.
Yeah, you're very good coastally, but moving inland's a bit more.
Yeah, a little bit riskier. So wait for a little bit longer on that.
But Sweden's very coastal. I mean, they're all very coastal. There's not a lot going on inland. There's Obrero, and Rovaniemi. God.
Oh yeah, further up, yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, looking at what you're researching, what you're building. I'm going to go into your cities and look. So you're building arms industry in Plymouth. What level? Level 4. Okay.
Yeah.
You're building arms industry level 4 in London and a naval patrol aircraft. And you are building motorised infantry in Manchester, which is Edinburgh nothing. And arms industry level 4 in Glasgow. Oh, you're really going for arms industries then?
Yeah, just trying to those components and electronics at the moment. I'm building an arms industry in Dublin as well, so I'm probably going to have to annex Dublin pretty soon. Just try and boost the electronics. That's the one thing I'm consistently short of.
Okay.
Starting to sort of actually get in the way of building things.
And you built up your local industries as well.
Yeah.
You could do a local industry in near Grodno, which is under where Sweden tried their attack from Tallinn to Riga. There's an electronics zone there if you're desperate for the or is that the actual country? Oh no, that's the city. I mean, it's just a city, isn't it? Not the province.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get to Stockholm pretty soon.
I've got a fair old bit of electronics now, but I am short of supplies and components now. So you want to get to Stockholm pretty soon?
Yeah, I think that's like the next target after Gothenburg. Just take out its capital, and then that should be pretty much game over for him then. And
Yeah.
that'll boost the electronics.
And you can give it some pretty serious support with your ships, can't you, once they come round?
Yeah. So yeah, that'll hopefully be tomorrow night, possibly the day after.
Great. So there's lots of action coming. I think that probably covers it. I mean, France is still desperately underserved by any sort of defence. So fingers crossed no one's watching this. And but yeah, the attacks are going well. So by tomorrow we'll have probably made quite a lot of progress. Certainly in Morocco over here and Serbia, and we might see Jonathan going into Turkey. Are you going into Turkey soon, Jonathan?
Yeah. Probably as soon as my infantry officer gets there, start making a move.
Yeah, and you're flying him in from over here.
I might focus on taking like Kharkiv and Donetsk in the east first, though, and maybe work my way down to Sevastopol so I can move across to Samsun. We'll just see.
Yeah. Okay, looking good. Well, I've got plenty of rare materials building now, and I've got 2 research on the go. So my tank race is going to be ready in about 8 hours, and that's when I can get my next research up and running. Okay, so any last thoughts?
No, not from me.
You could move into Tallinn, to be fair.
True. Actually, I've got your planes there, and I've got mine. I'll get mine hovering. How much damage did you do to his air superiority? Actually, did you say?
I think I did 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 3 hits. No, sorry, 2. So he'll have 4 level 1 air superiority.
Yeah.
If I advance my anti-air up there, you can just move your troops there. And then his staff that moved in from Tallinn should be dead in a couple of hours. I've got a feeling he hasn't got much more there. We can always just shoot him down if there is.
Yeah, I'll do that now then.
Okay, so you guys are going to start moving in on Tallinn. There we go. We've seen the movements being put into place. So that'll be interesting to see how that gets on tomorrow. And I think we're in a great place to stop for there. So lots to catch up on, and it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from them.
See ya.
See ya.
Over and out.